Baloney, umbrella Trump, Melania Trump. Now she's fucking...
What the? Did you just have a stroke?
And now, CheezWits.
Anything over 30 feels warm.
I understand.
Yeah, anything over 30. Let me get in the car here. Mother, were you doing a foot job?
Me?
Yeah.
Was I doing a foot job? No.
Wondering.
We ran late, so we were concerned.
What?
Yeah, Chris and I were shocked that we beat you here together.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's still a minute before we're even supposed to be on, so.
I know.
Hey, if you're not early, you're late.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's like it's overtime. Time for some overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. Everybody good week?
Well,
Nobody tried to kill the president?
not in this car.
Chris, where are you? Are you in Maryland?
Yeah, I'm in Maryland. I'm heading home. I lost my microphone.
That's why you
that
sound
I
so
had
far
last
away?
week. So, yeah, that's why I'm on Bluetooth. I got no choice. So I stopped the car.
How you lose your microphone? Someone stole it?
Somewhere between the hotel and through TSA.
Those TSA bastards stole it.
Apple headset, but, you know.
Oh, you know the TSA stole it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure they did. They didn't get paid.
Do you have...
They are now. I don't know.
Look, Chris, because I haven't flown in a while. I don't think Jess has flown recently, but you have flown. Were you seeing any ICE people in any of the airports when you were flying?
One time, on the way down to Birmingham, and that was it.
And what were they doing other than standing around?
They were actually doing the handing out the trays and telling people what to take off and what to keep on, that sort of stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. That some guy who was a Walmart greeter last week is now in the line at the airport telling you, take your shit off.
Mm-hmm.
Show me your junk. I want to pat your junk.
That's most TSA, isn't it?
Oh, Christ. No, maybe. But those guys had literally no training.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least the TSA people have some training. And I'm sure it's like, 2 or 3 days. It's the same training the local electricals inspector in your community gets.
Right. Yeah. The weekend is a learning annex. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. You got it right. Yeah, no fucking doubt. Man, oh man. Just crazy. Just crazy.
What's up, Jessica?
Can you guys hear that loud-ass truck outside? I guess not.
No, I can't.
The city sends around trucks to pick up brush, usually quarterly, but because of all the storms, the ice storm and all of the tree trimming and stuff.
We've had a lot.
They just canceled the quarterly schedule and they're just sending people around, the trucks around nonstop. And they
really?
just picked up the stuff in mine. And they're stopped in front of the neighbors across the street. I guess they're doing something. Their brush is behind their trash cans. So, I don't know.
Which one? Smut book today, huh?
Do what?
Glad you're on to record a smut book today.
Yeah. Good thing.
Oh, speaking of smut, I did not know this, and maybe because I'm just an idiot or whatever, but I was reading... I don't know even what I was reading. I might have been reading it. I must have been reading it online.
You were reading
somewhere.
porn? Okay.
No. I was reading about the Pointer Sisters. I know. But and learned that is it? Yeah, I think it was a Pointer. Is it Ring My Bell? Is that one Anita Pointer or one of the Pointers, or is it?
That's Anita Ward.
Anita Ward. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So I was reading about the Pointer Sisters, but also for whatever reason, Anita Ward was in there. And that Ring My Bell was about flicking her clit.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No! I did not know that. It was like, wow, how clever is that shit? Oh, I had no idea.
And it got on the radio and everything.
I know, right? Well, it's like, it's like Sammy Davis Jr. and the Candy Man. I mean,
Wait,
I didn't.
That wasn't about candy?
I mean, that one I knew, but I even knew that one when that song was, I think I was maybe in the 3rd grade. When that song, I listened to that song on WORC, Worcester, Massachusetts, AM, whatever the fuck it was. But when I was in the 3rd grade, we all knew that was about drugs, about smack. We all knew it back then.
What about Puff the Magic Dragon?
Yeah, that's what I was told too. That's a very druggy song as well.
You didn't know that?
I knew it was a druggy song. Yes, we used to sing that when I was in kindergarten. The teacher would sit. So the world has changed. She would sit and play an acoustic guitar, and all us little 5-year-olds would sing Puff the Magic Dragon.
I mean, I remember there was a cartoon, a Puff the Magic Dragon cartoon.
All high and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was some write-up somewhere about somebody in a Baltimore school, a teacher being put on some sort of administrative whatever because he threw a piece of paper across the room at a student. And I'm like, motherfucker, I had a teacher throw a fire extinguisher at me, okay? And they're getting rid of teachers for throwing paper?
I have a scar on my hand where the teacher hit me with the metal side of a ruler.
I believe
that
it.
wooden ruler with a little metal hit. She clipped me with that and it cut me.
Ow.
No one fired her. I think they probably gave her a raise.
Can't believe that shit. Corporal punishment was a real thing, and we just didn't talk about it.
Fuck yes, it was. No, because if you experienced corporal punishment in school, and you told your parent, yeah, Mrs. Smith beat my ass today. Oh yeah, she must have did it for a reason. Now let me beat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean that's just the way it was.
Cage is somebody else, a guy that used to be a program director in this area, and well, now he's not. But he wrote on that story. It says, "Well, other boys were fucking me in the ass in the gymnasium, and nobody did anything about that either."
Wow.
What school was that? Is that the Naval Academy?
That's the School of Hard Knocks.
And soft bollocks.
It might have been the
Holy
Naval Academy
crap.
because somebody, I think, was bringing up the rear.
The Rear Admiral?
Man, oh man. Yeah, I just think about the difference of what people cry about now. And people who grew up with this shit. I grew up with this shit, and if I heard that a teacher today was smacked a kid for being an asshole, I'd be like, yeah, that's what should fucking happen. But a lot of people of our age would say, that's so terrible. Like, what's fucking terrible about it?
Well,
Fuck that, you're just... That's right. I mean, literally back in the day, if you were in a store and you were acting up and your parent wasn't right nearby because they were getting cereal, and you were acting up, some fucking random parent would say, fucking smarten up, motherfucker. They might not say the motherfucker part, but they tell you, smarten the fuck up. Shut your mouth. I mean, you'd hear it. Even you, Jess, right? You'd hear it. And you grew up in a pretty liberal area of the state. Well, you grew up in a liberal state, but also where you grew up was a very liberal area.
I grew up with parents who threatened to drag me outside and put me in the trunk if I said a single word out loud in public.
Yeah, so see, that seems a little less liberal than I was thinking.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Well, the community grew up in
What is that, Chris?
And then you got a career in radio, and you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That's exactly right, which is why I continued to be a disappointment to my mother until the day she died.
God bless
Jess,
her. How's your mom doing?
Better than ever.
She's still disappointed.
She's been quiet of late.
Right.
None of those heinous Facebook messages about you.
None of those. Oh,
Wow.
but
Not ordering anything from QVC. That's good.
speaking of Facebook and the Naval Academy.
Oh, okay. Way to bring it all together.
So remember I told you about that guy that I dated in high school who was basically my first narcissist, who like we messaged and then he was like, I am a married man. And I was like, what? And then he said, oh, my wife read my Facebook messages, blah, 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 blah. So his name is Sean. This other guy, Brian, who is a injured vet, disabled vet, posted this picture that has been going around of the mess trays that the soldiers overseas are getting, and there's barely any food on them.
Right.
And Sean posted, commented on it. For someone who has never spent a night aboard a ship or a sub, you need to walk away from this post. This is BS and completely political. Brian says, I mean, sorry, I only served for 5 years. Sorry, that's not enough for you. Sean says, I've always felt sorry for your issues. You happen to be in the Navy when it happened. Unlike a common civilian, you have been living off the VA since then. If you were not in the Navy, the $4,100 checks each month would have been gone years ago, and you would not have been able to sit around and play video games all day on the U.S. taxpayer.
What a fuck.
He said, he continues. Brian would come back with something, Sean would come back and insult him more and more and more and more. And another person that we went to high school said, Sean, you should delete this immediately. This is not a good look for you. And Sean continued to say shit about him. And then I saw it all, and I said, what a disgusting series of comments. I know you're not, but you should be embarrassed. This motherfucker messaged me.
Uh-oh.
Paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of shit about Brian that I did not read. And I commented below it and I said, I'm not reading that. There's no justification for a grown-ass man to make personal attacks just because you disagree with what somebody posted. And then he said, and I said, and I'm not interested in engaging with anyone who thinks that's okay. He then says, okay, that's your choice. Have a nice day. And then several more paragraphs about, I saw the first line of it. It said something like, imagine somebody in radio. And I was like, nope, I'm not even reading it.
What a fuck.
Yeah.
How is the guy that angry?
I don't know. The person he voted for is in office. He's angry about student loan forgiveness because other people have paid back their student loans, and so it's not fair to them. He is angry about, welfare and other forms of assistance because other people have jobs and pay their own way. He commented something one time about being pissed off about the word privilege. I happen to know that he was born into not just the kind of privilege that comes with not having to face the hardships that other people might have to face, but the literal wealth privilege that he was born into. He is the definition of the word privilege. Had everything paid for him growing up. His parents paid for him to go to the Naval Academy. The definition of privilege that then sits around and gets mad that other people have to work for what they get and might get benefits because they don't earn as much as him.
Well, there's probably a good bet that he sits in a corner whacking off while some guy fucks his wife.
Probably.
He's your basic cuck.
Yep.
Right?
Basically.
So I oftentimes, Jesse, you've mentioned this and I've mentioned it too, and maybe Chris has, but I will often read some shit that I want to comment on, and I will write a paragraph of something and then go, yeah, no, it's not worth it.
I usually don't.
Take it down.
I walked away from that post so many times, and it kept popping up because he kept replying. And I walked away from it so many times, and I was like, Brian doesn't need me to defend him. He's a grown man. Sean knows he's wrong. I'm not going to say it. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to say something.
No, sometimes you have to, right? But there's so many times I read shit that assholes like that write. And they're just writing, like, a lot of the shit you just read, you go like, you're only saying this to get some sort of rise.
Yeah.
Or to get somebody to respond because you're getting off on the idea that somebody is reading your shit and now you feel important because someone's read your fucking drivel, and you're getting off on it while you spank your fucking meat watching your wife get laid.
Yep. He commented, in one of his comments, he said that he tried to handle this directly in a private message with Brian, and Brian didn't respond. And I was thinking, I wouldn't fucking respond to you either, you dumb asshole. He's like, so yeah, I'm shaking the trees now to get you to respond, and it worked.
The thing is, why does, I don't know, did they have a relationship outside or previously?
Nope.
No, so why does he have to respond to you at fucking all?
Right.
Who the fuck are you that you command a response from somebody who's just, made an innocuous observation?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right? I mean, here's a guy saying, here are people, that's just because he supports the president. He is fucking God. He really is Jesus in a doctor's suit.
Now, he argues with Brian regularly, and Brian still is Facebook friends with him, whatever. I don't know why he allows that, because I unfriended Sean a long time ago because of that kind of shit. Well, that and the shit with his wife and his mistress coming to me for information and help on how to get him to pay attention to her when he's paying more attention to his wife. I'm the wrong one, sweetheart.
What is that song? The song about the girl, the woman who is was a big hit, country hit. That she keeps going and fucking around with the married guy, and eventually she figures out he's never gonna leave his wife. I'm just gonna be strong for myself. Fuck him.
Stay, Sugarland.
Yeah, that's it. Stay. Right? Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's what that shit is about. How you can be such an asshole and be so pious at the same time. Or maybe the piousness is what makes you an asshole.
Maybe. I actually almost said to him, listen, I have opinions about you and your personal life that I haven't spouted off on Facebook every time I see something you post that I disagree with.
Right. Yeah, maybe say, oh, what does your girlfriend think about that? Mm-hmm. Or your wife?
Yeah.
Which woman, gives a shit about either one of these things?
Right.
Oh, I hope I see you up on the fucking road, pulled over. Oh, there we go. All right, we'll pass them.
A lot of angst.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Well, these people just passed in the no passing lane, the no passing zone with cars coming the other direction.
Oh.
Like the assholes that they are.
Are you here? I thought they only did that shit here.
Hopefully that's here.
There are assholes everywhere. There are Brians everywhere. Is it Brian that's the asshole?
No, Sean.
Excuse me. There are Seans everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just swallowed Jelly Belly juice the wrong way.
Is that what your kids are calling it?
If you could not die on this episode, that would be great.
You're really, really cool.
I'm eating some Jelly Bellies, and I just swallowed it the wrong way. My anger got the best of me.
So this is funny. My friends from Maryland were in town this past week and weekend for the St. Jude race. Which we need to talk about that other guy, Chris.
Yeah, we do.
You're drinking, girls?
No, we weren't really drinking. I mean, we had some drinks, but we weren't really drinking. But so Vicky, my friend Vicky, stayed a couple nights longer, as she usually does. And on Sunday night, we decided we wanted to go get some dinner. And she wanted to go someplace that had good salads. And I knew that a Texas Roadhouse had just opened up not too far away. So I was like, well, let's go see what's going on over there. And so it's probably 7 o'clock on Sunday. And we pull in the parking lot.
Me.
What?
7 o'clock on a Sunday, I'm almost fucking dead by then.
Well, me too. But it was close by, so we went over. So we pull in the parking lot and find a parking spot very easily. So it's not so busy that we can't, find a place to park. But we can see that there are little clusters of people waiting outside the door. So obviously there's going to be some kind of wait. And we kind of agree if it's going to be too long, we're going to go somewhere else. So we walk through the clusters of people. I open the first set of doors. And then in the little, I don't know if it's considered a lobby, but in between the first set of doors and the second, there's a little stand off to the side. There's a young girl, probably in her 20s, early 20s, late teens, at this little stand. But she does not acknowledge us. She does not look up when we open the door to come in. There's nobody else in this little vestibule but her and us. And she does not acknowledge us. And so we kind of stop for a second, and I look through the doors to see if there's another hostess stand in there or something. And then I look over at her, and she's still not acknowledging us. So I step over and I go, "Hi, do we check in with you?" And she goes, "Depends. For what?" For
To get my ass crack licked.
An oil change and a colonoscopy? What? We heard there was a discount. Like, what do you mean? So I controlled my face the best that I could. And I said...
Yeah, which means you
I
didn't.
bet you did.
Which means I probably didn't. And I said, "For food?" And she goes, "Are you trying to tell me you want to get on the wait list?" And I said, "I'm trying to find out how long the wait is before I can be fed." And she goes, "It's gonna be 25 to 30 minutes. And I was like, "Okay, I'm leaving." Even if I thought 25 to 30 minutes was a reasonable wait, which if it had been earlier, I probably would have been fine with.
Yeah, sure.
She obviously she has no interest in us going into that restaurant to eat. And if that's an example of their service, fuck that place.
Yeah. So you should have went to the Olive Garden, even though it's not the best Italian food. Them bitches at the Olive Garden, as soon as you walk in the door, how many people in your party? It's going to be about 25 minutes.
That's what
And
I
the
was
salad.
Give me that
expecting.
service.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be done.
Yeah.
Not, why are you here?
Right.
Your mother sent me. It's time to go home.
For what?
What the fuck?
What the fuck do you think for what?
Well, I mean, to be fair, maybe you were a DoorDasher or something, and she was, trying to guide you in the right direction.
That's probably it.
Yeah, yes.
Or
Because
she could
DoorDashers
be
usually DoorDashers travel in pairs.
Yeah.
What do these two bitches want?
So I actually, the next day, I kept thinking about it, and then I was mad, so I went on the website and I sent in a little feedback thing.
Okay.
No. What? Really?
I know.
Come on.
I know. And I thought I was pretty funny with it. I was like, when she asked me for what, I soldiered on. And I was like, but it was clear that she did not have any interest in us eating at this restaurant, and so we left. The manager called me today.
And?
Really?
Yeah. He's like...
And he said, "I normally would respond to complaints by email, but I had to call you and apologize because I've never gotten a complaint like this before." And I said, "I've never had to give one before. This was the most bizarre restaurant hostess experience I've ever had." And he said, "I don't know what was going on in her head." And I said, "Listen, I don't need anybody to get fired. I just would hope that somebody would get more training before they're put, Yeah.
And he was talking about how it's a new restaurant and that's not an excuse, but they're still trying to find their rhythm. They've only been open a short time. And I said, "No, I understand." And again, like maybe I know it was a busy night and maybe people were being mean to her. I was not one of them. So, and he's
how many free drinks did you get?
I got $50 in food vouchers.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice. Good girl.
Yep.
Good girl. So I'm with you, Jess, on the part where you said I don't want anyone to get fired. Whenever I've made a complaint, because I have also left things man, this person was fantastic.
Sure.
What a great. So whenever I have made a complaint and I have gotten any response back, says I am not looking for anybody to get hung out to dry or fired or disciplined. I use the same tactic you use. Just they should get better training.
Yeah, and I actually said in my original complaint, I said, I do understand that it was a busy night and that customers can be difficult, but if this person is not someone who can handle that, then perhaps the hostess stand is not the right place in your restaurant for her.
Yeah, and it sounds like so your thing, and I would not call your correspondence a complaint as much as it's a critique, which is a very different thing. The critique is very different.
I just don't even know what to say. We are totally different people. I can tell you that.
Why?
Why?
Because, I mean, I've gone and done a complaint before like that for Olive Garden and went to the website. And the only thing I put down at the bottom, because they asked that it's got the drop down box for the location and whatever else and whatever else. So I fill it all out and it gets down to comments. And I'm like, listen, Amelia's a cunt. And that was it. You know?
You know what though? When you write that, and I'm sure that someone read that and said, "Oh yeah, no shit, Amelia is a cunt."
She really is.
We hear that a lot.
No. That's the one you want to get a call from that manager that says, normally we'd only text you something, but I had to call you just to say, I agree with you. Amelia is a cunt. Here's $50 worth of fucking, pasta platter. Enjoy the day.
I actually wrote a pleasant email to American Airlines. I said, listen, I haven't flown you all in years. This was great. No problems. I mean, very unexpected. So thank you for the good flight. They sent me $100 flight voucher.
Wow.
Shut the
That's
fuck
because
up.
with the especially airlines right now, nobody's giving them kudos for anything.
Well, yeah.
No, fuck no. I am not above. I will send things that say nice things about places I've gone. I do not look at them as just. Most often, I am more prone to sending or filling out the little card at the table that says, great job, this person was excellent, or saying something on my way out, or going to the website and saying, what a great experience. I'm more prone to do that than I am usually to bitch about somebody.
For me, it has to be one extreme or the other. If the
But
service,
it has to be actually, yeah.
Yeah, if the service was fine, I'm not going to throw flowers at somebody for doing what's expected of them.
No, absolutely not.
And if the service was mediocre, like we had gone to a place for lunch and the food was so good, but the server was very slow.
Meh.
But it wasn't, it was whatever. It was fine.
Yeah.
And I did not go and complain about her. But
So Amelia wasn't there.
What?
Amelia wasn't there.
Amelia was not there.
The cunt wasn't there.
This server was not a cunt. She was just slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the service has to be really, really good or really, really bad for me to take the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with on that. The best
Or somebody
service
has to ask me what I am doing there at their restaurant, what I'm hoping to achieve at their restaurant. Then I'm going to write a letter.
What are you hoping to achieve here?
What are you hoping to have
Nirvana
happen
on
here?
your face, Amelia.
I'm a squirter. Would you come over here for a second? So, the absolute best service experience I ever had at a restaurant. I've had like great service and served me right, but it was at an Applebee's. As much as it pains me, because Applebee's is probably some of the worst, in my experience, the worst food of the Applebee's, Longhorn kinds of places.
Yeah, you are done said enough.
Right. But the best piece, I asked for a Coke, and they didn't have Coke for whatever reason. The machine was broke. This bitch who was serving us left the store, went over to the Kmart, which was in the same plaza when there was a Kmart, bought me a Coke, and brought it back to the table. I gave her $100 tip.
Yeah.
It was our whole family, and just dropped $100 on her because I could spend the money at that time. I had that kind of money. I wouldn't do that anymore. Now you get a tenner maybe, but she left the fucking store, went there and got a fucking Coke and brought it over and poured it in the glass. Mm-hmm. It's like, this bitch knows how to do her job.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just outstanding. Now, a little bit of it's, maybe it just, you could tell she was that kind of person just as a human being. She was like, oh yeah, watch me do this.
But it probably
Watch
also
this
had
little
something to
trick.
do with the way you and your family treated her.
Oh yeah,
Because
we're always good.
You can always tell when people sit down at a table and they're going to be a pain in the ass. And if it had been that kind of people, she probably wouldn't. Maybe she wouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah, you could be right, because I'm usually jokey and jovial and kind and everybody.
I'm just Wally.
I am. Shut the fuck. But my family is
Shut the
too.
fuck up. He's kind, Chris.
And jovial, cocksucker.
Jovial, and Amelia's a cunt.
Hey, you told us about Amelia, but my family is too. They're ready to order. They're not making fucking. Yeah, I want the salad, but can you hold the sprouts? And I'd like this on the side, but instead of that, I'd like this kind. And like fucking changes are fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you've changed the whole fucking thing, so it's really not even what's on the menu at all. Like, well, what the fuck is this we're making? You got to go somewhere else to get this.
Mm-hmm.
In Charlotte one time, okay, and it was it was an Applebee's. It was an Applebee's in Charlotte, and I'm trying to order, whatever it was, okay, and I was asking for something different, like a couple things to be off of it, like no onions in it, no tomatoes. The waitress,
so you get the nachos.
The waitress was very, I'm going to say, African American and street. Okay.
She was a big city girl.
On and blah blah blah, and I said, yeah, no tomatoes, no onions, and no guac. And the woman looks back and says, Nick, this ain't Burger King. Yeah.
But so that interaction would make me laugh. I would like, that's some good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
That would make me laugh.
Well, it made me laugh.
Did it mean were you laughing as you left, or did you just laugh and just sit it out?
No, we sat it out. We stayed. It was good shit.
That's it. It sounds like you must have ordered the nachos or something.
I think
the
that's
fully,
what the volcano.
I want the fully loaded nachos, but just put cheese on them.
But no, not fully loaded.
Yeah, cheese and the meat. That's all I want. The rest is it no loaded.
And that's basically all I wanted was the cheese.
Well, the thing that makes you not a pain in the ass, so you didn't say, but put the guac on the side. I'll have the tomatoes in a little bowl. On the side. And I'd like the onions. If you could put the onions just over here in a cup, and yeah, everything will be good like that. Fry the onions up with my steak. I'll be happy. Oh shit, Chris, what are you doing?
I'm trying to bang an ATM to get money out of it, and the fucking thing says, "We're sorry, your contactless card is not accepted."
Your cuntless
so I try
card?
and put in the card, and then it says, "We're sorry, we can't read your chip card."
Oh
damn.
man.
So now I'm going to go inside the Royal Farms. I didn't want to get out of the fucking car, but now I'm going to get out of the cock-a-doodie car.
What is the Royal Farms? Is that like Cumberland Farms?
It's a cum farm, yeah.
Oh, it is, but it's just called Royal down there?
Well, it's Royal Farms is what it's called down here, so I don't think it's in any relation to the cum farm, to be honest
No,
with
it's
you.
not.
And I found when I was up in Connecticut that the cum farms are turning into a place called Neon.
Neon.
What?
Yeah, it's still Cumberland Farms on the receipts, but the buildings all say Neon.
That's
Really?
That seems
Yeah.
like a dumb name.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm. I do.
So they're rebranding
It's no
cum
come and
farms
go.
to Neon. So how do you rebrand a bad store with a bad store into a worse store? Like,
That's
hey,
how.
I got an idea. People call us cum farms. Let's just call ourselves Neon. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, why don't you do that? I can see that going a long way.
Ding ding.
Oh, I got a call today, you guys, at the shelter. I get a call from a person says they were talking to somebody else and they handed it to me and said, "Oh no, this is probably for you, Wally." Yes, I'm associated with Shaw's. I said, okay. Did you want to give us like food donations or something? He goes, he laughs. He laughs a little bit. He goes, no, I'm calling with a marketing opportunity. Okay, here we go.
A marketing opportunity for a nonprofit he wants to try to sell you?
So I'm telling you, saying, well, you realize we're serving homeless people and immigrants, and we're a nonprofit. Yeah, so I have this marketing opportunity. I said, so are you asking me for money right now? Well, it's a marketing opportunity. I said, so do you actually work for Shaw's? I'm associated with Shaw's. He's the fucking guy that does the marketing on the back of the receipt. I don't know if you have it there, but at least at Shaw's here. On the back of the receipt, it has like coupons for like basically the placemat of coupons.
So what coupon are they going to give for the homeless shelter?
What the fuck? You're right. What the fuck are we going to put on the back of it? Come by the food pantry and get some fucking, get a box of food if you sign up and you've got an address that's within the county. Like, but it is 10% off homelessness. Come on by. Like what the fuck?
Buy one,
free
get
Narcan.
one free.
Free Narcan. Come on in. Like what the fuck? This is nuts. But they are. It's essentially, Chris. It's exactly. And you chuckled at it, but it's a placemat, except on the back of a grocery store receipt. That's what it is. Come by Bob's Boat Service and come on down now and you'll get free. We'll pay for your parking if you come in and fucking do whining art or whatever the fuck it is.
We'll fuck your wife.
We'll fuck your wife while you sit in the corner. Well, what's his name? Brian? What's that guy's name?
Sean sitting. You can sit next to Sean while our friend fucks his wife and he jerks you off. On the back of the fucking Shaw's coupon. Oh, God. Oh, this is a funny one, too. So we got whatever that fucking is. We got an Aldi's up here, right?
Yeah.
They just opened up the first Aldi's in Portland. And the complaints that I've been seeing and reading about are, what the fuck is it? You have to put a quarter in to get a cart, and you only get your quarter back if you bring your cart back. Yeah, that's the fucking point, asshole. So that they don't have to pay some fucking high school kid with bad skin to stand out in a fucking driving rain and 20 below zero weather, sleet, and collect your fucking car because you were too lazy to bring it back and you left it in the parking spot next to you.
Yeah,
asshole. These fucking people. They're just lazy motherfuckers and cheap.
And to go on a public page to complain about that thing as if someone has required them to shop at Aldi's instead of going to any one of the other 27 grocery store options you have there.
Yes. And like that 25 cents is going to eat into the savings you're getting from buying all these store name products. Mm-hmm. In fact, come on. I've always looked at that. So when we had it down when I was living in Virginia, I know you have them there. I always looked at that. Even if you didn't want to take care of your cart, there was always a fucking kid who would grab your cart and bring it back for that quarter. Mm-hmm. There was no way carts were being left in. You could leave your cart and somebody was waiting to take it. They just thought, I'll fucking take the quarter. You could get, not trying to be disparaging, but you could get homeless people would rather return carts for a quarter than fucking have to go around finding cans and bottles and standing on a fucking island in the middle of traffic and ask for money. They'll fucking do it. So shut your fucking mouth and return your cart or leave it there for somebody else.
Right.
But shut up about it.
Right.
Piece of shit. God damn it, cunts. That kind of, it just, I don't understand the stuff. It's just like, Sean, what the fuck do you have to, why do you think people care about your stupidity and your fucking dumb ways and your judgmental fucking attitudes? Because usually that stuff is said with no intelligence whatsoever. Telling like, well, you're sitting at home collecting 4,100. How does he know what he's fucking collecting?
And not just that, but Sean's spelling was abysmal. and he used the wrong form of, I don't know, your or their or some shit. Like, I came so close to being like, if you're going to be a dick, you should learn how to spell. But
Yeah.
I realized that me calling him a dick for making a personal attack would then
Makes
also
you Sean.
would make me him. And so I didn't do it. But I was thinking, you are not smart enough to have this argument.
You'd have to start calling yourself Sean from Nashville. Hi, it's Sean from Nashville. You dick, learn how to spell.
You're a fucking asshole.
I am just, again, and I've said this before, I don't know if age has started to taint me against having patience for this kind of rhetoric and this kind of bullshit that people spew
Something
at other
about Wally's-
people. What?
I said I heard something about Wally's taint.
It's the taint that'll make you faint. Come on by. Oh my God! No, I really am. I guess it must be age that has really. I used to have more patience for idiots, and I just don't have. I think it's because as my time on Earth gets shorter and shorter, my desire to have patience for assholes becomes shorter and shorter too. I do not have time for this. I don't want to. I don't even. 10 years ago, I probably would have responded, Jess. I would be sort of in your age, closer to 10 years. I was closer to where you are now in age, and I may have responded as well. Now I'm just like, fuck you. Just, you don't even deserve the half-wit intelligence I have.
I was
response.
there for, like, I would think I'm gonna say something. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not getting dragged into this. And then he would come back and say some more just abhorrent shit. And I would be like, nope, I'm not getting into it. I'm not gonna involve myself. And then he would say some worse shit. God damn it, I have to tell him he's a dick. Yeah, you do have. Oh, how about Jimmy Kimmel under the gun again? Yeah.
Under fire again from the Trumps. His joke is fucking fabulous. It's a great joke.
Yes, it
right?
is.
Yeah.
It is a great joke.
Yeah.
And it is well in advance of the event. So it's not like, but to say that, he was being, it was hate speech from that cocksucker saying that Jimmy Kimmel's joke, which is fucking infinitely funny, that is somehow hate speech? Motherfucker, if you knew what half the people in this country are saying about you.
He knows.
And
that's why we're about to be labeled domestic terrorists, Wally.
Yeah, well, you're right. So he's created this thing where freedom of speech is, you're afraid, like, there are so many great jokes you could say and post, but you don't just want to get trolled, because what used to be appreciated as humor is now not appreciated, because even if you are a fan of his and someone made a joke against him, you'd say, fuck, that's pretty funny. Mm-hmm. But now it's not funny.
Yeah.
If you made an Obama joke back in the day and I voted for him, and you or made a cigar and pussy joke about Clinton, I'd say, even though I support him, it would make me laugh. Like, that's some funny shit. Mm-hmm. That's just motherfucking funny.
We've talked about this before, that we, regardless of who we voted for, have never been in a cult for that person.
No, fuck no. No. But it just, where is the fucking sense of humor? That joke is fucking funny. It just fucking is. Mm-hmm. And to make anything more out of it, and now Baloney, umbrella Trump, Melania Trump, now she's fucking.
What the? Did you just have a stroke?
I'm sorry. No, but
that's baloney bags Trump.
melanoma Trump.
Umbrella? Now see, you've chased Chris away.
But isn't that isn't one of Michael Jackson's kids named Umbrella or Trash Bag or something? Blanket, that's it. Something that covers shit.
Blanket.
A trash bag, blanket. But even now, she's like people give a shit of what this bitch says. I mean, come on. Every first lady before her has done something that has been relatively important and has lasted. You know, George Bush's wife.
Bush's wife, and you got Nancy Reagan, and all her drug stuff.
Nancy Reagan,
and then you got Betty Ford, who was drunk all the fucking time.
Drunk stuff. But so the first Bush, we have a hospital here, and a children's hospital that she championed and funded and created, and then good food and gardening and holistic stuff. That there's Obama, first lady, and then of course before that is Carter. Rosalind Carter was about teaching and education, and they all have done something.
What did Hillary do?
Healthcare.
Who?
She championed fucking healthcare.
Yeah, you're right.
Hillary Clinton. She championed healthcare for fucking years and years, even before she became first lady.
Do you know how many people have gotten off to Melania Trump's nudes? Now that says something. Okay. Nobody ever got off to Barbara Bush. I can tell you that.
Well, they got some Bush, but no Barbara.
That's right.
It was just they were saying, Barbara, you need a Barbara Bush. You got to get one of them, girl. No, so this first lady's done shit. What is she doing? Oh, look it, wear a nice big hat. I think that's her contribution. She wears like the fucking I'm going to the
Derby
Queen's Ball hat. I'm going to the Queen's Ball hat wearing. Yeah, or the Derby, or women at Baptist Church raising money to put a new roof on the church like they do for fucking 30 years in a row before they get the roof. Yeah, it's just, who wants to hear her shit?
Okay, but
she's an idiot.
The important question is around this administration. Do you believe that this shooting, like the previous, however many there have been, was real or set up?
I don't know. I mean, part of me says it's real, but he doesn't get anywhere near the president. I want to know the bullet. What is the bullet that hit the Secret Serviceman in the chest? Did it come from this dude's gun, or did he get shot with friendly fire? That's what I'd like to know, because it's hard to shoot a shotgun while running and hit anybody. That's a hard thing to do. And I think he said he was using. So here's the other thing: he wasn't using he was using like shot, like bird pellet or pellets. So that's not really killing like like a single slug would. That's killing stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this guy get hit with a slug. It feels so made up. It really does.
Because how did he even get in the building in the first place?
So he checked in the day before, they said.
Doesn't matter. Secret Service is on site days ahead of the president being anywhere.
You would think so. You would think so. When you see the video and you see him just run by the Secret Service, like, how the fuck did that get? How did he just run by 20 people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see him go by, then you see fucking 20 people just right there. Where were they fucking 15 seconds ago when he left the elevator and started running?
And surprise, surprise, before the press coverage is 5 minutes in, there's all of these Twitter accounts talking about, that's why we need a ballroom.
Yeah. So
let's put a ballroom in schools. How about?
The funny thing I think about the ballroom is, so he's going to be president for another 2 years. That motherfucking ballroom will not be finished before he's done being president. Mm-hmm. What does he think? He gets to come back and rent it out?
He has no plans of leaving.
2 years. She's not leaving.
Yeah, you might be right. But if it is a real assassination attempt, has anybody tried to kill a president that many fucking times? He thinks it's. I think that.
And really, where are we recruiting these shooters? Like, it's so hard to find good help.
Well, here's the thing. I was telling Jody about shooting. I said, how fucking bad are we? Are a country of guns, and apparently nobody in this fucking country can shoot a gun with any accuracy, because the people have taken shots at this guy. And not that I think trying to assassinate the president is good under any circumstance, but they've all used guns, and this is the thing, the holy grail of fucking this country seems to be the gun. We're married to the gun, the Second Amendment. This is so important.
Got Charlie Kirk in one shot, clean.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Right. Guy who killed Lincoln was a better shot, and he was using a gun that couldn't shoot straight if you held it more than fucking 3 feet away from something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, somehow they were able to shoot. Garfield. No, Garfield. Did he get shot? He got shot too, I think. But they Kennedy. That fucking guy was 100 yards away, and with a pellet gun essentially killed the president.
Mm-hmm.
With a scope you could buy at Kmart.
They just don't make assassins like they used to.
No, they don't. There'll be like a new, the wimpy kid grows up to be the wimpy assassin. Some shit like, it's just, I don't think it's real. What's that?
That they just don't make assassins like they used to.
No, they don't. They don't. Jess is right. That's Jess in Nashville. That's right. No.
Are you going to give my address too, you fucking fuck?
No, it just, you know what it is, and I want so badly to think that it's a real event, but it feels so much like it's not.
I think it's fake. I think he got denied that ballroom he wanted, and so now he's like, I'll give him a reason why I need a ballroom.
Well, notice he never went to any other of these correspondence dinners.
Yep.
He didn't. And what's that? What's press secretary's name? What's her name?
Carolyn.
Carolyn, whatever.
KK
Yeah.
Caroline.
Yeah, KK Caroline.
Shots are gonna be fired.
Yeah, shots are gonna be fired. Like, well, how come you're not fucking? Why isn't the attorney general fucking going after her for talking about hate speech and assassinating the president?
Because
why isn't that a grand jury
seashells are
situation?
much more dangerous.
And here's so if you shoot up a school and kill 15 young kids, you get a thought and a prayer. If you run through a hotel lobby with a gun in the same hotel that the president is, you need a ballroom.
And not get anywhere near the president.
Yeah, and not get anywhere near him. He's on a different floor than you are.
And by the way, have you noticed all of the men that were in that cabinet who left their wives behind when they ran for cover?
Oh, yeah. So I was reading some of the stuff, but I saw the Weird Eye. Oh no, the vice president, he gets ushered out, but the Weird Eye guy, he's hiding behind his pregnant wife.
Yep.
Right, and then the vice president, not the vice president, who's the other fucking guy? Oh, Hegseth, he runs out with his secretary, and his wife is behind him.
Kash Patel's,
what the fuck?
Kash Patel's girlfriend's in another room holding hands with a different man.
Did you see Erica Kirk's face?
Yeah, she was triggered. She was triggered by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Of course she was triggered. Of course. I like the pictures and the videos of like the guy who just sat at the table while it was going on. Everybody's ducked down. He's eating mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And he just continues eating.
Yeah,
And then
wine on the table.
Yeah. The woman who just clips 2 bottles of fucking wine and like,
Reminds
you
me
go.
The whole thing reminds me of that commercial from like 40, 50 years ago. We've secretly switched Wally's coffee with Folgers. The whole thing reeks of that.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. We secretly switch Wally's coffee with Folgers. You're right. It's such a fuck. They're all such bizarre people. They're so caught up. They are. They're all caught up in these weird. So during the first presidency of this guy and the people he surrounded himself with, I didn't love it, but I also was like, well, it's just a different administration. They do things differently. It wasn't as bizarre as this time around. This time around, it's blatant thievery, it's blatant corruption, it's blatant going after your political opponent. It's all blatant bullshit. And they're also fucking like soft, thin-skinned, fucking just privileged fucks.
And here comes Tennessee undoing any good they did with that thing I talked about last week or whenever it was. Did you see that they have decided that June is not Pride Month, it's Nuclear Family Month?
But why?
I believe it's because they really would like to see more rainbows in Tennessee, and I intend to help them do that.
Well,
Right.
but why do they have to? Why? What?
Because, Wally, don't you know that as
why.
a straight white man, you're under attack?
No, I don't feel under attack.
Look, Trump 2028. Okay.
I don't feel.
You know, listen, I cut this short. I got to run because I've got my father calling. And he's called twice, so I have to get this.
Well,
But
you were here early.
I'm going to leave you this one thing, okay?
Okay. All right.
Somebody just posted on Facebook that a commentator on MSNBC just said, quote, "We're now in the Fat Elvis era of Trump's presidency."
Well, that had to be what's her face, Deadline White House.
Yeah.
That must have been her.
Truer words. All right.
Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
We're in the Fat Elvis state of the Trump White House. That's too fucking good. That's perfect. Well, tell him to go take a shit in his gold-plated toilet.
Right.
See what happens if he's in the Fat Elvis stage.
Right.
And watch out for an aneurysm. Oh fuck, that's funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
That someone's gonna get sued. Cash Patel's gonna go after somebody.
Didn't he already try
Somebody's
that?
in trouble. Yeah, oh yes, and whatever. Janine Pirro.
As soon as he got out of rehab?
Yeah, these fucking people, Jess. They're just. I don't know. I realize that Nashville itself is kind of liberal. Yeah?
Nashville's blue.
Yeah. So you're at least in a place where it doesn't represent the whole state, because for me, I could not live in that sort of environment that the state projects if I wasn't living in Nashville.
Yeah.
At least you're around what I think is sanity.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, they let the ignorant people come into the town.
Yeah.
But
Well, of course, you always get that, but it's all right to have ignorant people, whether you live in a conservative town and ignorants come in who are liberal, that's okay.
Nashville's the capital. So that shit is emanating from here, even though we don't vote for it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get the good look at it.
Yeah. You get to see it up close and personal. Yeah,
Like in Tennessee.
it's weird because the country singers who are mostly MAGA don't live in Nashville. They live in these counties just outside of Nashville where there's more property and, more money.
Right.
And those are very, very, very red counties.
Right. But that's where their ideology comes from, too, in some of their music.
But that's also why they had, I think we have 3 or 4 different congressional districts in Nashville because they gerrymandered the fuck out of this area so that the blue didn't have too much power.
Right. Well, so they're doing that in Florida right now. The funniest part about the Florida gerrymandering is old I'm forgetting his name, but anyways, governor ran for president, Santos. Yeah. So Santos 4 years ago rewrote the legislative districts, and now has said he's rewritten them again, but now says the districts we have, they just don't work. They're wrong. Motherfucker, you wrote them. Mm-hmm. But now he's trying to create a way that they're even more conservative. Like I think I said this last week. We might have touched on this. We just need to grid the country. Just fucking make a grid. That's it. boom, this parallel, just make a grid. You don't get to fucking make anything in your state. Here it is.
Yeah.
Here's the grid.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, they're just, how
Because-
can you be so drunk with power that you need to fucking make these ridiculous fucking districts?
And then get mad when Virginia gerrymanders in the other direction.
Right. Oh, they're just trying to fix it. What the fuck are you doing in Florida? What the fuck are you doing in
Texas.
in Arizona? What are you doing in Texas? What are you doing in Tennessee? The fucking people.
Yeah.
It really is the do as I say and not as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's the parent. It's this parental logic which I have used because I said so.
Yep.
That's why.
Yep.
Cause why do we have to do it? Because I said so. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah. That's nuts.
So when they
I'm
announced
gonna
the
go-
Nuclear Family Month thing, I created I created 5 different designs for my Girl Crush Country T-shirts that have rainbows in them, and I put them up early, and I'm donating half of the proceeds from those to the Trevor Project. It's my little fuck you to Tennessee.
I don't know what the Trevor Project is.
It helps LGBTQ youth at risk for suicide.
Oh, okay. So I assume that Trevor was a young person who
Yeah.
committed suicide
Yeah.
as a result of being probably bullied online or some shit.
Yep.
Fuck. Yeah, why are, so I spend very little time worrying about anybody else's life, what they do with their life, what they eat, how they sleep, who they sleep with, how they dress, what bathroom they use. I spend little time.
We've talked about this before, Wally. This has historically been what white men do because for some reason they think that their power and authority will be taken away from them if anybody who is not a straight white man gets any sort of advantage.
They are wrong, at least in my my way I live. Maybe I'm just not a man. Maybe I've got to admit it to myself. I'm gonna have to tell my wife.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jody.
You're not married. You're not married to a man. I'm not a woman, but I'm not a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sort of lint. I am lint.
You're lint.
That's what I am.
Okay.
I am just lint.
All right.
I'm a non-descriptive entity of energy, just sort of circling in this atmospheric triangle of love or some shit. I don't know what. Why do men feel like their manhood is questioned by other people? No one's fucking questioning your manhood. No one gives a shit. Here's the thing: no one gives a shit about you.
Right.
Except the people who love you.
And then every time somebody wants to come up with, if you criticize Trump online and somebody comes up with, but Biden, nobody also gives a fuck about Biden. Nobody does.
Yeah, nobody does. I am not here. I would not defend Biden. I would not. Or anybody. I don't give a shit. Just like I don't give a shit about you. I don't think about you. Not you, Jess. You I love. But just regular people. I do love you. But regular fucking just people living their lives. It's the thing that I've said before, that when I see like, oh, thoughts and prayers, there's an accident, I hope everybody's safe. I could give a shit. If I don't know who you are, I really don't give a shit unless there's kids involved who have been, have been selfishly removed from the earth by some fucking deranged motherfucker with a gun.
Yeah.
Or some parent who's lost their fucking noodle. Then I care very deeply in my heart, but it's personal. It's not something I'm going to run out and make a big scene of. So the rest of it, I just don't fucking care. Why do you think anybody cares? Why do you think someone's looking at you going, boy, that poor white guy? I bet he's so mad.
The only reason that I can think of that these, I'm using air quotes, straight white men would be upset about people being gay is that they can't be open about their own gayness.
That is a very strong possibility, right?
Because otherwise, why would you care?
I know. Why do people care? Why? I don't care if anybody. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care. It doesn't. It never fucking crosses my mind, or to ask myself, I wonder if they're straight.
Right.
I wonder if that's a straight person. And so if I'm not thinking that, I'm also not thinking, I wonder if they're gay. Because each of those questions are related to the other. If you're wondering if someone's straight, then you're absolutely also wondering if someone's gay.
Right. And in either case, what effect does the answer to that question have on you personally living your life?
Zero.
Exactly.
Zero. I just don't fucking get it. All right, I'm going in to make some bok choy, baby.
All right. I'll talk to you next
All right.
week.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.